Okay, I think we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, 1, 2. Does this work? Hopefully, maybe. All right, cool. It's always exciting trying to stream from a machine you don't usually stream from. But anyway, I hope you could hear me. I have the microphone right here, so I should be loud and clear. Leave me a comment if chat, whatever. You can't hear me. I'm just going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. And yeah, all right, cool. So, hey, Jay. So, let me adjust the camera just a little bit. It's like a little too tall. Didn't start auto playing. What are you talking about? Oh, hey, Demir. Glad you can make it. Hope it's worth the wait. All right, so what I want to do here is tinker around with this Mac Pro. And so a little backstory on this. A friend of mine gave it to me because he got no signs of life out of it, and he's just interested in selling them. So it wasn't worth it to him to actually play around with it. So this is a 2009 2.66 base model Mac Pro. There's nothing, too great. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like dual processor model or anything. So let me actually take the door off here, and we'll see what we have. So it's a little dusty inside, but the reason that I actually, oh, hey guys, hey dysfunctional wombat. So the reason I picked this up though is I already have a 2009, but it did not have the side door, and it was missing some of these hard drive trays. So I'm like, what do you want for it? He's like, well, you could just take it, because I did a lot of work for him before. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it home. And it's just been sitting here. None of the hard drive bays have anything in them. And there's numbered 1 and 1, 3 and 4. So obviously somebody ripped the hard drive out of this or whatever. They're misnumbered. There is a graphics card in here. And I did put one piece of memory in here. So the problem is I turned it on and I encountered an issue. So we're going to, hey, Tim, we're going to turn it on. You'll see what I see. I'm probably going to have to move the tower a little bit because the screen is right behind it. Unless I could put the image on this screen. Maybe I should do that. That would probably make more sense. Do I have another DVI cable sitting around here? I probably do. I just have to find it. But yeah, so that's what we're going to attempt to do today. I also have this iBook that I got, if we have time, that does not work at all, apparently. So we could try that out. It does smell. The keyboard is a little yellowed. It's an iBook G3, I think. Keyboard is yellowed, and it stinks. Yeah, apparently they do that, but this is the first one I've experienced where it actually stinks. Yeah, just stack it with the rest of the Mac Pros. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, exactly. Story of my life as well. I had a bin of DVI cables, and then I put them with another set of cables, and I'm like, oh, I don't need those right away, and then I needed them. So, oh well. But actually, yeah, no, I don't want to disconnect the DVI cable from that monitor. So we'll see what we could do. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play around with it today, and feel free to ask questions, whatever, along the way. We're just gonna have some fun here. Oh yeah, the iBooks are pretty cool. I actually really wanted one of the Snow ones. I had a clamshell one. I had the Lime clamshell, 466 megahertz G3 special edition with the DVD-ROM drive and video out and all this stuff. I had that, but I really wanted the Snow one because it had 2 USB ports. I was using a USB hub for everything because the original iBook only had 1 port. Ooh, Jay, that sounds like so much fun. Ouch. That's I feel for you, man. No one should have to rebuild that many images, but Godspeed, sir. Yeah, and what's funny enough is I'm streaming from a MacBook Pro here. Only has 2 USB ports, and I'm not on Wi-Fi. So I have a USB to Ethernet adapter. I have a USB port for my microphone, I have a USB port for my webcam, so I had to use a USB hub. Really, like, they couldn't put another USB port on this stupid thing. I mean, yeah, you got Thunderbolt, but I'm not buying a Thunderbolt to Ethernet adapter just for this machine. But anyway, I'm just looking around to see if I can see a DVI cable before we start. Yeah, dongles equals innovation. Yeah, change that to does not equals. Yeah. If you guys want to think of some questions, I think I see a DVI cable over there. So you could stare at this lovely blank desk for 1 second while I still shout in this general direction. No, wait, I'm walking the wrong way. I think there's one over here. I know this is very exciting, probably. Or if you have an iBook, have you ever used one? Those are fun machines. No, that was a VGA cable. Not a DVI cable, as I thought. I think there's one actually plugged into this computer. Let me get one from here. Maybe? Yes, it is. Okay, we got one. All right, let's see. I think it's actually plugged into this G4 tower. You guys probably can't still hear me. All right, we got one. I am slowly making my way back. Okay, very exciting, I know. Here's the cable. Okay, good. Whew, that was quite a trip there. Very exciting, I know. Let's see. Oh, geez, the liquid exposure doesn't work quite right. Might be salvageable. Yeah, ooh, that's sad. Yeah, I don't know what you could do for that. That's weird. What model is your iBook, Jay, that you have? Just, the speed or anything? Or you just promoted it in the Discord, Jay, and I did it before, but okay. 1.33 gigahertz. Oh, wow. That's a cool one. That's really cool. All right, so got a DVI cable. I'm going to plug this into this display here because this other display is being blocked. So you'll see the back of my head for a minute, but that's okay. That's too many windows. All right, let's plug this back in here. I think there's a spot for this. Make sure I don't moon you guys. That would be very unfortunate. I learned my lesson. One of the things I hate is plugging in like a connector like DVI into the back of a monitor upwards. It's really annoying. Really annoying. All right. So let's plug this into the back of the Mac. And we'll leave the door open. Whoops. All right, this does not have the securing screws where the graphics card is. So I'm not going to pull that around. I don't want to fry the machine. So let me unplug the cord from the wall first. Then plug in the power cord to the Mac. And then I'll plug the cord into the wall. And Jay can explain why you should do that. Especially on the G5s. I think they're more susceptible to it, but I think the G5 Mac Pros have the same problem. And it turned itself on. That's supposed to happen? Yeah, so the storage shelves, the right side is full of Macs, the left side is full of some Macs and other things. There's some wasted space up there because I have these boxes of videotapes that I just had to like put in the garage or something. But yeah, I actually ordered lights today. The lights should come Tuesday or Wednesday. so I could put lights up in that area. So I actually filmed the tour of my collection for my Patreon subscriber, supporters, whatever you want to call them, because I started filming and then I look back at the footage and it's so dark you can't see anything. So I'm like, okay, that's that's not useful, because there's like literally one 60-watt bulb in that area, and then a few feet to the right there's another 60-watt bulb, and that's the extent of lighting in that half of the basement. So well overdue. Let's see. All right, so the Mac Pro turned on by itself. Is it supposed to do that? I don't think so. I didn't push any power button unless like the button is jammed. Could be. I mean, I got it for free, so I didn't even expect it to turn on. I just wanted the trays from it, the hard drive trays and the side door. So if that's all I can get out of this, well, that's fine with me. But okay, so let's, I'll put the memory stick back in here. And now we'll actually push the power button. I noticed it's missing the battery, the little coin battery. But somebody might have just salvaged it or whatever. All right, let's see if we get any video. Oh, it helps when the monitor is on. That's can't do much without that. Okay, we got a gray screen. Okay. Let me like reset the PRAM or something, because I haven't heard it chime yet. I don't know if like the volume's off or maybe like the sound out is shorted or something. That's happened on my 2008 Mac Pro. Is like that. The sound out is shorted, unfortunately, on the back of it. All right, we're getting a gray screen. Video card fan is spinning up. A lot of dust in this machine. Jay, you would hate this. A lot of dust. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer, just so we can move it closer to the Mac as needed. And just to clear the little table my MacBook is on there. There we go. Okay, so we got flashing question mark. That's good. Okay. All right, so we need a hard drive, obviously. Let me get a hard drive for it. Thankfully, we have some trays here. What size is this one? This one's a 80 gigabytes. Let's get something a little bigger than that. All right, this one's a little bit bigger. So let's see if this one works. Okay, so this is a bit larger, a 160. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna put an OS on it. We're not gonna do anything crazy. And it has 4 bays, so I could always install something, in another drive or something like that. All right, so I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna undo the hatch here. Sorry that the microphone is very, very close to that. There we go. Now you can see me and the Mac. So, yeah. All right. Oh, everything is dusty today. Blech. I had a paper towel somewhere. There it is. Boink. The iBooks are pretty cool. I mean, I grew up with, like I said, the clamshell iBook. I was very lucky that my parents got a score on a refurbished model, and that was the computer that I had for the longest time, and I love that machine. I still have it. Yeah, the keyboard. Oh yeah, good call, Jay. I did have the keyboard plugged in, but that was to another machine. Always appreciated. That would have helped. That would have really helped. But all right, so I always forget how these go in. It's like this, like that. Yes. All right. Yeah, the iBook G4s are nice. They've really got really close to the PowerBooks. I think like the only difference in the later, like between the PowerBooks and the iBooks were like a DVD burner, more memory, faster processor, slightly. You know, that was really it. You know, I after I got the clamshell iBook, I got a 12-inch PowerBook, the first model, the 867 megahertz model, which, you know, in hindsight was very slow, but that thing, I love that thing. Where was I going with this? But yeah, it was when you're comparing that to the whatchamacallit, words. Yeah, so the the processor speed of the iBook was very, very similar to the PowerBooks at the time, and so like the only difference was like video mirroring and versus, you know, extended desktops and stuff like that. Like that's all the differences, you know, between the iBooks and the PowerBooks, and, you know, plastic versus metal and graphics chipsets and stuff. But, you know, when you compare them, they really weren't too different, those machines. Yeah, this microphone is great. It was actually a gift from one of my friends. They got it years ago, and they ended up not using it. It's a Yeti blue microphone. There's smaller ones. This is a larger one. It has a lot of settings and such, which I sometimes do use, depending. They're like their directional settings. But even like the little ball version of it is supposedly very good. I'm very thankful to my friend who donated this to me years ago when I was doing work for a different channel and stuff. But thank you. Yeah, I'm always worried when I plug the mic in, because sometimes when I go to stream, the webcam built-in mic or the computer's built-in mic is selected, and so I go through the trouble of plugging in the mic, and I don't select it. So oh, great, that's awesome. Yeah, this is I mean, it's a THX certified microphone, so for what it's worth, um, it's good. Um, and yeah, the gain is set pretty high, but it's doing its job, which is nice. I'm glad to hear it. No, like I said, I was gifted it. I think I've seen the like these models, because they made new ones, but I think they just add little bells and whistles. I've seen them like under $100 on eBay, like open box and stuff like that. Like I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong, but either way, I was I am still very thankful for my friend, because I wouldn't have thought a microphone was needed or anything. But oh well, you could. I mean, honestly, I have one. Where is it? Is it still on my desk? Logitech makes a good $20 microphone. It's USB, and it sounds pretty good, to be honest. Um, I was using it before when I had this mic upstairs. It's just like this little stick microphone. You just Google Logitech microphone. I'm trying to put this stupid hard drive in the sled, and all these screws keep coming out. The little rubber gaskets and everything. I'm just gonna crudely put this in, because at this point it's just annoying me. But yeah, the Logitech one isn't bad. Let's see. Let's try and continue this. Okay. Now I'm probably gonna have to run into the same issue Jay is with the OS 10 installers, because of the time of the certificates and all that junk. All right, so I'm muting the microphone because I'm putting this sled and I don't want it to hit the top. Don't want any unexpected ASMR things or whatever. All right, hard drive's in. I will need to. Oh, you know what? Shoot. I want to try and install OS 10 from the little Mac Mini that's over here. But Oh no, I don't need a display cable. I can remote in from this machine. Okay, let's do that. I need a firewire cable. Today is the day of needing cables. I did have one here recently because I did do a firewire installation, so it should not have gone far. Hopefully, maybe, yes, no. Sometimes I just collect cables and put them in a bucket. So, oh yeah, the iSight has a pretty good microphone. I honestly, I use the iSight with my 12-inch PowerBook, and I was doing like video chats with friends, and none of us ever really, you know, recognized any good quality or whatever. We were always using crummy internet and everything, so you know, it didn't really make too much of a difference. But I hear it's very good. So yeah, I have one somewhere. I should use it. So I have a FireWire 400 cable, and of course I find a DVI cable sitting right next to me. And this Mac, I think, only has FireWire 800, right? Yes, it does. Only 800. Pooh. I'm always getting the wrong FireWire cable. I always need like the 800 to 800, or you know, I have this adapter. I've never had luck with it. Oops. So I tripped over the microphone USB cable. I hope you could still hear me. I had to plug it back in. Did it work? I'm not. Uh-oh. I am. I hope not, because when I went to go to the stream, here, let me do a test. Maybe it defaulted. Whatever. As long as you guys can still hear me, that's sorry. Well, whatever. Microphone sounds good. Whether it's the computer or the Mac or whatever, I don't. I honestly, I did select this in the YouTube. I'm looking at the screen, not the camera. I did select this in the YouTube preferences to use this microphone. So if it's not using it, that's not my fault. All right, we have a FireWire 800 to 400 cable with a 400 to 800 adapter. This may or may not work, so let's see. Yeah, I might as well get out of my way, I guess. All right, so let's try and connect to the little Mac Mini that's sitting there. And is it? Yeah, it's connected to the Ethernet network. And is it on? Yes, it is. Okay, the Mac Mini is on. So we should be able to connect to it. As I try and find its IP address. So iBooks were pretty cool. Who had a MacBook? Either the plastic ones or the metal, the short-lived metal ones before they went to the MacBook Pro. Who had one of those? Those are very popular. Yeah, I had my brother's. His was a black MacBook, but it was hey Dana, it was a Core Duo. So it was a very slow machine. Well, not at the time, but you know, it was not the fastest. You just hate MacBooks, don't you, Jay? I mean, that's all right. Well, this 800 adapter is a little wiggly, so I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see. Let's try. All right, so I'm remoted into the Mac Mini. We're going to try, now that the keyboard's plugged in, thanks, Jay. We're going to try target disk mode on here and see if the hard drive will show up on the Mac Mini. Yeah, I have, there's a stack of 3 over there, and then I have 2 black MacBooks, another one upstairs, but they're all like parts. Like I think they might work, but they might all be Core Duos or, you know, not the fastest ones. Oh, nice, Greg. I'm gonna probably follow that because I probably need to do that with my iMac once I get the video card done. Maybe. I don't know if I really like the new OS, but might give it a run. This is a 2009, so 4.1, I think. Yeah. What's going on so far? Hey, Classic Mac. This is a 2009 Mac Pro I picked up, and it doesn't want to go into target disk mode. I'm just trying to get it to put an operating system on it. They might have a firmware lock. Let me start up with options, see if it does that. Sorry, just catching up with the comments here. How exactly are you remoting into a dead? Oh, no, yeah. So I'm remoting into the Mac Mini here, which is connected via FireWire to here. And I was trying to do target disk mode on here so that I could install the OS via the Mac Mini. And now I see there's a firmware password prompt. The stupid tripod you recommended me is too tall to film the screen. Damn you, Steve. Okay. Does it have adjustable legs? Because you can adjust the legs and shrink it down a little bit. Okay, now we have firmware password problem. I hope it could be bypassed on this. Otherwise, I can't do anything. Try installing on another Mac and then swap the hard drive. You know, I do have a hard drive from my 2008 Mac Pro. I could just swap the drive and see if it boots. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's not trip over any cables. If I can get the hard drive out. Okay. Got the hard drive out. I don't know about you. The one I'm looking over here. So the Amazon Basic ones tripod I'm staring at is literally this tall. So is yours larger than that, Greg? Because if it is, sorry. All right, so I'm taking, this is Macintosh hard drive from the Mac Pro I have, 2008 one, and it has an OS on it, so we'll see if it likes to boot. Unfortunately, I think the hard drive sleds are different sized, so I'm going to have to take this one out. Ah. Oh. That would help there. Jeez, that's really stuck in there. Oh, all right. Well, it's better than no tripod, I guess. I mean, I have a few different tripods I switch between just because one, my webcam's usually on. One, I usually have this little adapter to put an iPhone on. You know, just a little clip. These are really handy. They're like a few bucks. Highly recommend those. So I usually just have a few. I could see 3 right in front of me, but I've had them for years. So I'm always losing the little clips up top where the camera screws in. So that's why I have so many. That's another reason. All right, so this hard drive's on here. I'm going to actually take this one out because it's blank. And we'll see if it boots off of this. But if I recall, if it has a firmware password, unless the hard drive name is the same, I don't think it'll boot off it. But if the label was true and it's named Macintosh hard drive, maybe it'll work. So place your bets, gentlemen. I'm going to turn this on, and we'll see what happens. While that does that, I have these little pins, product placement, that I had made. Here's a Mac84 one with my logo on it, which is pretty cool. My first time trying these things out, so I think it came out pretty cool. Has a very, very tiny URL on the back. You can't really see it. And then I have this fastest PowerPC processor pin. Oh, focus, maybe? Maybe it helps if I do that. It's like I'm having rings on my finger. There we go. These are pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna give some away and sell them for a few bucks. I don't know. I got a bunch of them, and I don't know what to do with them now. But but I made an Instagram post. I made a Twitter about it. So telling you guys in case you missed it, they're pretty neat. Pins, yeah, yeah. So I thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like how to do it. So I ordered little bubble mailers because I have to mail them, obviously. So those are coming Tuesday or Wednesday, and based on some rough calculation with the postage, depending on within the United States at least, if I ship a button, it's like $3 to $4, maybe $5 if I'm shipping to California because I'm on the East Coast. So the shipping shouldn't be too bad, and I don't know. I have to figure out pricing based on how much I paid for the buttons, but it's not going to be expensive and just a few bucks. But you're supporting the channel, so that's cool. Flashing folder icon still. I'm guessing that's because of the firmware password. Let's see. Let's do some magic Googling here. Feel free from the comment section if you have any ideas, because I know with some machines, with the firmware, you can, reset it, but I don't know if this machine qualifies for that or not, because it's a 2009. So let's see. I will, yeah. If you want to, just make sure you're following me either on Instagram or Twitter. I'll probably Twitter is easier because I could paste links in there. Instagram I can't paste links into, but when I have something, I will share it. But I'm glad people are interested. That's cool because it's one of those things. You're up late. You're like, you see an email from like Sticker Mule or one of those places, and you're like, oh, I can get stickers or pins, and then you order a bunch, and then you're like, okay, now that they arrived, what do I do with them? So same size, but I think let's see. Get another RAM stick. Changing RAM config should temporarily clear the firmware password. Okay. Yeah, the problem is this had no RAM, and then I turned it on and I put RAM in it. I think I have more memory, but I had to take it out of that 2009 Mac Pro over there. What is this, DDR or DDR3? Is it DDR3? Jeez, let me. I had the page, the specs up here. So I don't have much DDR3 memory. That's the trick. Let's see. All my DDR3 memories in the machine upstairs. Yeah, DDR3. Shoot. Yeah, I probably have like another stick somewhere. The other thing I'm just noticing is that the little clock battery is missing. Let me get the camera a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. So there should be, there we go, in here, there should be a little clock battery, and you could see right in the center of the frame that there's no battery in there. I don't know if that has anything to do with the firmware password. I'd assume that it would make it easier because there's no battery. But yeah, so maybe someone was trying to remove the password before me. Very, very possible. Let's just shove one of these pins in here. No. Okay. Okay, I could try memory. Do I really want to? Yeah, see, no, I don't want to do that. But I think that's the only choice oh, wait. I have a PC that takes DDR3. I wonder. All right, let me see if that'll work, because I have a PC and it has DDR3, and I mean, just for the sake of testing, let's see if that'll work. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, I got this little PC here. This is a Dell Optiplex 990. It's actually not bad. A little machine I use to run a command line app that only works in Windows. But it has 4 RAM slots, and I'm going to steal some of the memory out of it. So I think How do I do this again? Okay, I have to take the optical drive out. Lift this up. There we go. Well, we'll see. 2 gigabytes. All right, well, let's try. Here goes nothing. So turn it off. Observing all electromagnetic static discharge thing, whatever. Is that actually the right? Let's look at it before we try and shove it in. Yeah, right pins. So, all right, so that's 2 gigs. Now we have 6. Let's turn it on. Now, if I change around config, I think I recall what you're saying, Jay, from something I read. I think that's the chance I go into disk utility and then change the password. I think I had to like boot off of something, then it gives me the chance to do it. Well, oh, I'm getting a flashy light. So either the RAM slot is dusty, which it is, or it just does not like that memory. So, which could be the case. Let's turn this off. Let's just try in the first slot here, which is less dusty. I know this is very, very exciting. All right, we have a solid light. Dust flying everywhere. Gray screen. Okay, so the RAM module works. Maybe it doesn't really do. Oh, okay. We see the hard drive. So, shoot. All right, I guess I could boot into this. Oh, wrong keyboard. All right, it's booting. Yay! All right, so I think now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. Do I still have to go into disk utility or whatever and change the firmware password, or is it like now gone completely? Because I haven't done this in a long time. I think the last time I did was like a 2009 iMac. Mutant dust, yeah. Hey, Retro Rider. Good, we're all tinkering with stuff together. That's a nice Sunday night activity. Firmware reset utility. Okay. Yeah, I'm just booting from a standard hard drive with a standard Mac OS install, but I could find like the utility from an applications folder or another partition or something and try that. So I need to plug in a mouse. The only mouse I have right here, Jay's favorite, little puck mouse. Yes, Mavericks. Mavericks indeed. That's what I have installed on that hard drive. All right, so let's plug in our puck mouse, which works beautifully. My clock is set before 2008. Yeah, it's because there's no battery. All right, let me see if there's that. I don't know if the firmware reset is under utilities folder. I don't think it is. No. I see disk utility. Is that only in the installer, maybe? Let's see. Might only be in the installer. Well, I have install OS 10 El Kappa 10 here, but oh, you know what? If I open that, I should be able to see the install image, and hopefully in there's an application folder. I don't know. Let's see. It's kind of the weird way of doing it, but let's see. Because if I click cancel. Let's not click cancel. Let's click skip. There we go. Yeah, because if I go to utilities folder, I don't see firmware password. I see system information, disk utility, and terminal. This bowl needs to be cleaned. Oh, these are just packages. Yeah, shoot. Damn. I could make an installer on one of the other hard drives, but then I had to reset the. Let's see. Hey, Josh. If I turn this off and plug in the other hard drive, would that screw it up, or would I have to change the RAM again? Is that like a one-time deal, or would I just be able to keep switching the RAM until it's unhappy? Only one way to find out. Sure, let's roll those dice here. Nothing to lose. All right, but yeah, let's look at the About This Mac. Yeah, 2.66 quad core. Exactly what I thought. Sweet. All right, so let's shut down here. And I will plug in the 160 gig, which is dusty, but nothing's on it. Hopefully it boots up. Let's see if it, or we'll have to change memory out again. Who knows? See, is there a place to hang your pins here? I don't think the metal backing of pins should be near the internals of a machine, but yeah, I don't think it's happy. Maybe it's just looking at the other hard drive, but I'll give it a second. I won't be that impatient, but yeah, let me actually move the camera more over here towards the laptop, because I keep looking at the laptop and I'm looking off camera and it's weird, but yeah. Doesn't look like, yeah, it's all right. So let's change the memory again. So I'm gonna start up with no memory. Make it angry at me because there's no memory. And then I'll put the 4 gig one back in and try and start up from the hard drive. All this just to run that firmware utility, huh? It's a single CPU. I guess it's a quad core. I just had the stupid specs up. 2.66 gigahertz quad core. Yep, that's right. All right, cool. Oh, that's a Windows disk. All right, well, that explains a lot. All right, let's boot up from the Macintosh hard drive. All right, so that does work as long as you just keep swapping the memory around. Oh yeah, the iMacs are pretty cool. The old G3s, they'll fly with a gigabyte memory as long as you're running a decent OS on it. Yeah, it's a single CPU. Yeah, it's a 2009 model. My main Mac Pro upstairs is a dual CPU one, but this is a single CPU one. But I got it for free because it wasn't working, and put a video card in there, put memory in there. I wanted it basically for the door and the hard drive slots, so I'm thrilled that it's turning on. It does have a firmware password on, so that's what we're trying to get around for anyone that's just joining us. So, okay. Memory slot modules are installed in the... I've never seen that before. Have you guys seen this before? Look at that. Wait for it to focus there. It says memory slot utility. The memory modules are installed in the recommended slots. How about that? Never seen that before. Screenshot. Oh, and the sound is muted. That's what explains why. There we go. Speaker works. Cool. All right. Let's see. There's a Windows hard drive here. There's a lot of stuff on here. Dell downloads. Office Professional download. Oh, this could come in handy. Interesting. There's a lot of junk on here. Huh. Anything worth keeping? But I'm curious if I could. I'm going to turn on the other Mac Pro here. because there's an installer. I think I have the firmware utility on there from a disk or something like that. Currently runs Tiger. The hard drive is failing, sadly. Certainly, yeah. Those hard drives in the iMacs like to get very toasty, so they're not unknown to die. I try not to use my Indigo because it's in good shape. I don't want to overheat the G3 CPU. Yeah, the iMacs are fun machines. I like them a lot. You know, I wonder if the firmware utility is. Oh no, I'm on a later version of OS 10. That won't help me. Let's see. Let's Google. Yeah, it looks like that firmware utility is just in the installer, which would make sense. All right, let's try and remotely connect that little Mac there and see if I could find that disk there, because I thought I had an installer set up here. I used to have USB sticks of them, but that wouldn't have helped me. Well, actually, it still won't help me now because the clock is set up. I'll change the clock. Oh wait, the battery's not in there. So the time is December 31st, 2000. So I think I think that'll be okay. We won't run into any problems with that, I don't think. Anyway, back to the plan at hand here. All right, let's use this. This mouse is in dire need of cleaning here, unfortunately. Okay, let's nuke this hard drive here. I'm going to use my knee, I guess. Yeah, sure, that works. Sure. Just copying over some totally legitimate software here that may be helpful in the future. Holy smokes, that's a lot of users on this Windows partition here. I'm not necessarily snooping around, but these hard drives definitely have a lot of data on them. But anyway, we don't need all this junk. I just saw some installer files of interest that I may use, and then I'm just going to nuke the drive. Ooh, a bit of smoke. That's unfortunate. That's usually not a good sign. All right, so let's erase this hard drive. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Leopard is I mean, I actually got Leopard and really didn't use it much because I installed it so late that Snow Leopard came out not too long after. But yeah, I mean, Leopard's decent. It's a little more power hungry on some power PC systems, but overall, I do like it. You know, Tiger's my favorite though. But all right, how do I set? I want one partition. Here we go. Options, GUID, journaled, and erase. Cool. Okay. So now I have a blank hard disk. Do I want to use the 160 gigabyte hard drive as the boot drive, or should I put in the Seagate drive and have this be the boot drive? And then I can install onto the 160. Does that make sense? Sure. Why not? We're having fun. At least I am. Oh, these are dusty. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but I guess if I was boring you guys, you'd leave. But while we're installing things, might as well. So I have a question. Oh no. I'm not putting the hard disk in while it's on. But I did hear, speaking of that, someone, I don't know if it's accurate or not, they said they put the machine to sleep, then they put the hard disk in and it was fine. But I'm not doing that. So I'm putting the hard drive up here. I'm going to have to shut it down, do the RAM dance, and do it the proper way. This is not going to turn into a 3-hour stream because I'm going to kill the machine. Okay, good. Let's see, I won't do that. RAM dance, yes. So you take the memory out, and they dance. That's the RAM dance. It's very, very exciting. Glad I'm entertaining some people here. All right, so I turned the volume on, so now at least we get a chime, which is nice. So nice audible indication that the machine is not beyond repair. All right, so let's start up again. All right, good. So wonder if that third hard drive, yeah, it's spinning. All right, I don't know if it's dead or not. This Hitachi looks pretty grimy here. That's a 400 gig though. Maybe we should have installed on here. No, but it's a Hitachi. I don't trust it. And you know what? We're just trying to install an OS on here. I'm not going too crazy. But, I mean, honestly, if I get the firmware password unlocked, maybe we'll leave it there. Because it's past 11. I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but it's getting a little late. I got work tomorrow, unfortunately. But X-rated RAM dance, yeah. I wouldn't do that. Again, memory slot utility is saying, good job. I guess it detects when I put memory in. Open up disk utility. That hard drive is noisy. This one has a bunch of crap on it too. Office installer, scans. Ooh, scans. This guy left his taxes on here. That's pretty dumb of him. Anyway. Jeez. Oh boy. All right. So I'm going to set this up as OS 10 boot. And then this will be Mac drive. And we'll do that. All right. So, yeah, it's always weird when you get information like that. Let's find out another election. If you don't have one tomorrow, I'll shake my fist and egg. I can't live stream all the time. I think go back. So the iMac is over there. The Bondi blue iMac is over there now because I finished shooting all the footage for that. I'm editing it together. So this is a break from editing for me. So wow. Yeah. So for those of you who are unaware, I said the Bondi blue iMac was pronounced Bondi because I didn't know any better, and all the comments on that YouTube video, like most of them, the video I released last year, the iMac, were like, no, it's pronounced Bondi. It's like, okay, I didn't know that. Thanks. Now I know. But I replied to like one of those comments, and then just like nobody reads the comments, so they just comment their own stuff. Go argue with them if you disagree. That's fine by me. All right, so I keep touching this ADB keyboard on the left. That's not helping me. All right, so what's the name of that app that does the disk utility, the bootable OS installer? It's like Disk Maker X, something like that. Something like that. I need to connect the internet to this Mac, otherwise it won't be able to find out. So let's see. Which Ethernet cable can I use? Yeah, it's red one should be okay. There we go. Norton Utilities 3.0. I might have that. Just wait. Let me get out. Let me get out my external floppy drive, and we'll install that. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Let's see. All right. Wrong keyboard again, Steven. Thanks for the tip, Jay. Always appreciate it. Yeah, Norton actually worked back in the day. Not today. I wouldn't trust it today. All right, we got Disk Maker X here. Yes, I downloaded it from the interwebs. It could be dangerous. All right, so select the volume to become the installer. That will be this guy. And create. Yes. I can't click with this mouse because the ball is dirty. Yay. So it's chugging along there. So yes, while this goes on, yeah, we could talk. As if we weren't talking this whole time. But it looks like it's going pretty quick. I mean, it's internal hard drives, so not writing to a slow USB stick or anything. You need Jay to spend another 40 minutes cleaning that puck. Hey, at least his puck is spotless. Mine is... So, Jay, you could take photos of this and do a before and after, because this looks pretty gnarly. Hello from not Russia. Hello from New Jersey. nice to have you here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's probably the round wheels, to be honest with you. Let's take a look. Yeah, they got gunk on them, and it is dirty in here. So we're gonna put that back on. Oops, what I click? No. Okay, never mind. I didn't interrupt it. Well, I got 11 people watching. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on a Sunday evening to watch me do whatever I'm doing. It's nice to have an audience. All right, so the installer is about a little more than halfway done. So the plan is, for anybody that's joining just now, what I've done is turn on this Mac Pro, which I didn't know if it worked or not. Turns out it does work, but it's firmware locked. Thankfully, it's old enough where we can erase the firmware password, so we're trying to do that now. The trick is to remove the memory and confuse its memory configuration. Like if you have 2 gigs, remove that, put in 4 or whatever. And once you change the memory on the initial boot up, you could boot to something that wasn't the firmware locked hard disk that it originally was paired with or whatever. So that's what I'm doing to get it to boot, but the firmware reset utility is only on the install disk. So I don't have a USB stick handy, so I'm just making an install disk from one hard drive to the other. So that's what we're doing right now. And it should be done in a minute. We're going to have to do the RAM dance, take the RAM out, swap it, and then boot off of that installer just to get into the firmware utility. We'll be able to reset it, and we should be good. So, yep, complete. Installer has been completed. All right, cool. So I think if it reboots, I have to hold the thing down again. But let me set up the startup disk just in case. It's spinning everything up. Come on. Maybe. No. It's not seeing the startup disk. That's not good. If it's, you know, it's there. All right, well, let me reboot and do the RAM dance and see if it shows it. This ball mouse is not cooperating. Oh, come on. Actually, no. Let me shut down the machine. All right, sorry about that. Uh-oh, got things to catch up on. Yeah, if I had all the Macs that I had in the back, this desk would collapse. I'd probably be dead by the weight of all the computers falling on me. And yeah, so if you want me to shove all of my Macs, this is from the comment Mac classic Mac made. If you want me to shove all the Macs in the background for my 1,000 subscriber video, that I don't think would end well. You don't think you can handle another RAM dance? It's very exotic. I know it's you have the RAM dance, la la. But this is entertaining. I don't know what is. All right, so let's boot it up. Hold that option. But yeah, I am gonna have them all do the boot sound at once, and you'll see my circuit breaker, which is right there, go up in flames if I plug in all those machines into it at once. Jason's Macintosh Museum. Why does that sound familiar? Let me Google it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy. He has a great channel, but he hasn't done videos since, let's see what his last video was. Like 2014. I hope he's okay. I mean, I really don't know the story behind that. I'd love to know why. I mean, if the guy's okay, I hope so. All right, so it saw the installer, so it's booting up. Yay. But yeah, that channel was really nice. He went to a lot of in-depth stuff about things, and honestly, I enjoyed watching a lot of his stuff. Used to post on 68K MLA all the time, but he hasn't posted a video in forever. Yeah, I hope he's okay too. It's kind of scary, I mean, yeah, maybe he's taking time off or whatever, but if you're watching this, let everyone know you're okay. I don't think he's watching this, but you never know. But yeah, he had a lot of informative videos. He had a very cool collection too. He had a video showing off a lot of his stuff. I don't have as many duplicates as he has, but unfortunately, a lot of my classic Macs need a lot of capacitor work, so I honestly haven't been showing them a lot because I have to order capacitors and I have to recap them and this and that. Because every time I go to grab one, it doesn't work, and I go to grab another one and it doesn't work. So it's going to be a trend, unfortunately, I think. So. I do have a G5 that's water cooled, and it already leaked though, so I never plugged it in. If I plugged it in, it would have probably sparked. I actually had to send those CPUs to Jay. They're right over there on the shelf. I could see them. Yeah, they're nasty. They're nasty. I still have the rest of the machine. The board has crystals and junk all over it, but yeah. Teen sells beloved Apple collection, keep museum dreams alive. This is 17. Oh wow! I'm just reading the link that Jay posted from Cole Mac, posted on February 8th, 2017. Teen sells beloved Apple collection to keep museum dream alive. I'll have to read this, but oh my god, these pictures. Those prototype pre-production things. That color classic, that lime green color classic. No, I can't look at that. I'm gonna on it all. Sold everything. Well, hey, I guess you do what you gotta do. Okay, so utilities, firmware password utility. Firmware protection is off. that sound right, guys? Maybe I turn it on by setting a new password and then turn it off again. But it says the firmware protection is off. So yeah, Ken's G5 already. Yeah. Ken's G5 already exploded, so mine doesn't have to. All right, so let's turn it on. Set password. Firmware will be active when the computer restarts. Okay, let's try that then. If I could, there we go. All right, and let's restart. Come on, Puck Mouse. All right, I'm gonna hold down Option because that's what'll prompt the firmware password to come up. Usually. Yep, there we go. All right, let's see if our new password works. Yay! It works. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jay. It works. I'm very excited. All right, cool. So, yeah, now I could select a hard drive. We could boot. I'm gonna restart it after it boots and change the memory, but we fixed it. We removed the firmware password. I haven't done that in a long time, so thanks for guiding me through it, everybody. That's nice. It's no longer a parts machine; it's a working machine. Yeah, I would die from the shipping costs. That is right. I am doing a giveaway. I just posted the announcement in my Patreon thing. I'm going to record a video probably tomorrow when I get home from work about what that giveaway is. And these little buttons will be part of it if you haven't seen them. These will be like runner-up prizes or whatever. But I got these little buttons printed. This is, of course, my logo, which I think is pretty neat. It's not focusing. Come on, focus, focus. Whatever, you can see it. This button is cooler. Well, different design, but this was recreated. The sticker. I recreated the sticker that used to be on the G3 boxes. It says fastest PowerPC processor. So I recreated it in Photoshop and I made a button out of it, and I think it's pretty cool. So I got to figure out like how to, put a little store up or whatever, a few bucks or something like that. But yeah, that'll be fun. Everyone's getting angry. If I sell my collection, it's going to be because someone is either going to divorce me or kill me. So that hopefully won't happen. But I do have some duplicates of machines like that. I don't need like 3 single core 2008 Mac Pros that are currently acting as a TV stand for the TV I use as a teleprompter. I don't need that many. Yes, someone. Jay's like driving towards me right now. He has his eyes on the Xserve G5. All right, cool. So I'm gonna shut this down. So I think we're good with this Mac. I'm happy about it. I'm not gonna install an OS right now. It's getting kind of late. Last thing I'll do is I'll take a look at this iBook real quick. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it, but I just want to show it to you. So let me get the door for this thing. Right side up. There we go. Good as new. And there we go. Let's put that there. Okay, so let's play around a little bit. I'll threaten you for free. Jay's good at that. All right, so this iBook. Let's see if what happens. I couldn't turn it on last time, but I was testing it a long time ago. So I have a power cord here, and this will be the probably the last thing that we do. But you know what? I'm feeling generous. I might do a giveaway for these little buttons within the United States right now, just because I'm not set up for international shipping right now. So sorry, but right on this stream, maybe I'll ask a trivia question, and whoever gets the right answer will get a pair of buttons. How about that? Sound like fun? So, well, I'll figure that out as my brain tinkers around trying to think of things. Let's try and plug in this iBook, see if we can get anything working. Bribe Steve. It's not easy to not hard to do. Rather, it's all right. Let's see. I'm just looking for the extension cord. Make sure I plug. Oh, the power strip is off. That's why the extension cord didn't work. Nope. No. An old PC under my desk just started to turn on when I flipped the power switch. Oh, and this MacBook wasn't charging. My battery's down to 50%. Oops. Anyway, all right. Let's let's plug in the iBook. See if this will work. I don't think it worked last time, so my hopes are not high. We get the charging light, so that's good. Star Trek references. One day you're going to make that joke, Jay, and someone's going to hurt you. It's going to be a really angry nerd. A button is all I could fit in my work game space. Okay, well, you might win. Don't worry. All right, so it's charging. Well, it says it is, but last time I tried this, I could not get any life out of it. So I'm going to push the power button, which is very stiff. No, nothing. Let's look under the keyboard. Ooh, it's like a dead bug. That's always lovely. No airport card. Oh, this keyboard smells. Jay, you're making a lot of friends tonight. Oh, this keyboard's stinky. All right, this is an 800 megahertz, 256 megabyte of memory, 30 gig hard drive, combo drive. I think this is a 14-inch, because that's bigger than a 12-inch, right? Where's my ruler? I don't have a ruler down here. I think that's a 14-inch. That's too small, big to be a 12-inch. If so, this is my first 14-inch iBook G3. I think I have a 14-inch iBook G4. Yay! If it works, though. I don't think it works. Cat peed on it. Give her a good look at. Oh, God. I should just not read your comments. Yeah, it's not turning on. I think I have the service manual for this. Let me see. Because I'm curious if there's like a SMC reset or something like that where I could maybe I don't know, reset something and get to work. The keyboard on the 12-inch goes from side to side, so yes, 14-inch. Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. All right, let's see. I'm looking. No, this is a PowerBook Medic guide. I want the Apple one. Let's see. iBook. I found the FireWire service manual. That's for the clamshell. I don't need that right now. I had them all like. Yeah, let me see if this. I had them all in a folder somewhere, but. Let's see if this website has them. Here we go. Portables. Let me just connect to my disk station here. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a 14-inch. Just because the 12-inch PowerBook I have is much smaller, I think. Anyway, let me connect here and just grab the manual I'm talking about. Because I am curious if there's any, I mean, it might be just dead. And if it's dead, it's dead. But you never know, I guess. All right, so let's look up here. I thought I had a whole folder of Apple service manuals. Never take broken for an answer. That's pretty much the quote of my channel, I guess, because I would spend way too much time trying to fix things that are just broken. Let's see if it's here. Steve Lens kind of has that fisheye look, and it's just this little Logitech camera. So, if you mean the camera, not my glasses, then maybe. All right, here we go. iBook. iBook. Which one would it be? This one? There's just a bunch of PDFs. No, that's that. Dual USB. 500 megahertz? No. 600 megahertz? No. Well, I mean, they must all be around similar. This says 14-inch. That might be it. Let's see. Well, apparently this has a. All right, here we go. All right. So symptoms. Error beeps. Computer. Blah blah. Blah. Computer beeps. Computer beeps. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through the booklet here, see if there's anything that mentions that like the computer doesn't even turn on, because that's computer will not power on. Remove any peripherals. Try no good power outlet. Try good battery. Remove battery. Press caps lock key to see if light on keyboard comes on. If does, press and hold power button for 6 seconds. Reset power management. Here we go. Control Option Shift Power. Control Option Shift Power. Okay, let's try that. Control Option. Wait, what is it? Control Option Shift Power. It changed to green. That's all that happened. The green, the orange changed to green real quick, or the amber, or whatever. Yeah, let me actually remove the battery because it actually looks like it's charging. Wouldn't that be hilarious if the battery was like still in good condition on this thing? I usually have a coin around here. I'm probably gonna rip my thumbnail off if I try. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Where's my little toolbox? Here we go. What can I use? Paperclip, that'll work. Thanks, Demir, for joining. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Sorry if we're running long, but have a good one. All right, so let's try and take out this battery here. Although it's charging, which is cool, but well, there goes the battery. If that exploded, that would have made for some good content, huh? All right. Battery's unplugged. Let's try this again. So is it Control Option Shift Power. Nothing. Yeah, I know. It had a battery, yes. See, Demir left just in time to not see me screw up there. We'll just edit that out in post. That'd be fun. All right, so Control Option Shift Power. Yeah, that didn't work. Let's see. Let's try this again. I know the keyboard's connected because when I did that command, it actually looked like it did something. Let me just leave it unplugged for a second. I'm going to plug it back in. So, is it controller? I keep looking at that. Yeah, Control Option Shift Power. Yep. All right, well, something bad may have happened to it long before I dropped its battery. So, unfortunately, it may not be recoverable. I mean, it is in pretty funky condition, but nothing that couldn't be cleaned up. Any other suggestions, folks? iPhone SE 2. What are my thoughts on it? If they actually come out with one, sure, why not? That'll be great. I'm always good to have more options. Yeah, I'm not going to open the iBook at 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday. No, thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we sort of hit a dead end here, but that's okay. Maybe we'll try messing around with it later. I'm just going to plug the battery in, see if it boots off with the battery. I doubt it. But. Yeah, nothing. All right, well, at least I have a screen if I need it or something. Yeah, I can leave it plugged in overnight. Should I leave it with the battery plugged in overnight? Yeah, it might be a bad board, like the power board. That could be it. If it has a home button, that's good. It's good in my book. All right, so I'm going to leave this plugged in. Hopefully it will not do anything bad overnight. So let's adjust the camera here so you can see me. No, we don't want that. We don't want that close. Let's bring the tripod up as I'm getting too close to the camera. And let's move it back a little bit. Let's give me some breathing room, guys. There we go. Okay, cool. So, oh, come on. There we go. All right, that's much better. And you know what? It would. I've had an iBook fit under there, but I think this 14-inch one is just a hair too thick because it won't. The question from Jay was, would the iBook fit under the Mac Pro? Not quite. A MacBook would, but yeah, not quite. Yeah, it could be a bad power button. It is stiff, but when I did the reset power management, it was orange, and as soon as I did that key combination, the power cord at the end turned green, which makes me think that the key combination worked because the power manager was resetting. So, I don't know. Leave the stream going and title it, Will the PowerBook Explode? I would title it, Will the iBook Explode? But yeah, that's if I get desperate for content, we'll go there. Anyway, back to the subject. I have a little giveaway for these little buttons. So I'm feeling generous tonight. I have these little buttons here, and I'm gonna give you a fair warning. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you should have, maybe if you're watching for long enough, picked up on the answer to this question. The first person, to type in the response, it's gonna be an easy question, but so have your fingers by your keyboard ready. The first person to type in a correct response will win a pair of these buttons shipped within the United States. I can't ship internationally yet. I just don't have anything set up for that. The envelope I have is just like one I could send locally. And plus international shipping is probably crazy expensive. But anyway, sorry. I do want to offer them internationally. I will. I just need to get like the little mailers I have are actually like sturdy. Because I'm probably just going to put these in like a postal envelope for like mail and just put a thing of bubble wrap over it, which won't make it internationally. It would just get destroyed. But no, I do want to make these available for everyone because I already had someone ask me, can you calculate shipping to Denmark? And I'm like, okay, I'll get right on that. So yeah, but no, don't worry. We'll do something. In fact, Duke the Fat Cat, you'll probably be my first test customer for that. How about that? Hit me up on Twitter or send me a message or something like that. No, I won't forget about you. All right, so giving you guys time to get to your keyboard. You're probably in front of your keyboard. So the question is, for a pair of these buttons, you may have heard me say it earlier in the stream, or just know because I'm a wacko. What color clamshell iBook did I have when I was growing up? Go, answer. Not indigo. I'm not going to say anything until I see an answer that is the right answer. It's exciting, isn't it? Ah, Dana got it. Lime. Oh, that was very close. Dana, you won. How about that? Key lime is technically valid, but yeah, lime, orange, not, jeez, lime, green, whatever. Yes, green is color. You got it. Classic Mac. Another, yeah. That was a roller coaster of emotion, and it was all captured here live. Give us another chance. Well, that's the same question. All right. So Dana, you won this pair. Congratulations. You get two, and I'll your internet dropped. Good excuse, Groot. I think that's wearing a little thin. All right, maybe. All right, I'm feeling. I'm gonna end the stream in a minute, but we'll give away one more pair just to give you guys another chance. I'm trying to think of a good question though, something that would reward somebody for paying attention. What's a good question? What's a good question? But anyway, Dana, send me your address on Discord or something, just so I know where to send it. What pattern is on my underwear? No, that's not. Oh my god. Never mind. Contest is canceled. No. Let's see. Trying to think of a good question here. All right, cool. Thanks, Dana. Trying to think of a good one. I'm trying not to make this an easy one. Last one I thought was pretty easy, but okay. All right, this is a bit of a tricky one, okay? The bit of a tricky one. What was the I want to say the question completely, so I'm not giving anybody Jay an advantage to answering. All right, so the question is, I'm trying to think of how I'm going to say this. What was the brand of the first Macintosh clone computer I personally owned? What was the brand of the first Macintosh clone computer I personally owned? Go. There's not a long list, but a guess may help. You don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, it's. I told you it would be a tough one. It's not. No, it's yeah. It's something I mentioned probably years ago. Not years ago, months ago at this point. I wish I had a Radius one. I wish I did. I don't. I don't have one though. No, not Commodore didn't make Apple clones. I don't think Commodore did not make Apple clones. The Amiga could run it. I just don't have an Amiga. It's a Power PC Mac clone. How about that? That give me bonus points. This is hard because somebody already said the answer, but that person already won something. This is just painful at this point. I'm waiting for someone to realize that. You already got one pair, Dana. You're not getting two. He lied. Oh man, this is too much. No, the answer is not power computer. This was a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Classic Mac, why don't you send me a message on Twitter or something? We'll figure this out for you. I'm disqualifying everybody. This is too much. We'll do another giveaway tomorrow when I'm not as loopy. Yeah, the Twitter is Mac84 TV or the Instagram is Mac84 TV. Oh boy. Since it's disqualified, the answer was a UMax, but Dana was the one that guessed it. He already won a damn pair of buttons. So I was trying to hint at you should repeat Dana's answer. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always tricky keeping track of usernames from one platform to the other. So thank you for the clarification. Jay, you're going to get an extra power supply filled with buttons. So be careful what you wish for. Yeah, see, Dana actually remembered, but that clone video has been sort of sidetracked with other stuff, so I don't blame anybody for not remembering. I told you it'd be a hard one. Don't hate on a troll. Yeah, Dana is yeah, sorry, Londo's hair. Sorry. But yeah, maybe that was good. If you watch MacYak, the podcast we do every week on Thursdays, MAC space YAK, or the Twitter handles MacYak Podcast, you would know Dana probably. Follow me back and I will DM you. Yes, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know. Sorry. I'm assuming. My phone's on Do Not Disturb. And I see now. Cool. All right. I'll talk to you. All right. Well, I think that's enough fun for today. It's almost midnight where I am, so I have to go to bed. But this sure has been entertaining, and I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. At least we made some progress on this. We got the firmware password off. Yay! Thank you, Jay, and thank you everybody for that help there. The stinky iBook here is it will now be officially called. I'll leave it charging overnight. If the battery explodes, it explodes. Hopefully not. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, so I'll do a video very soon announcing what I'm giving away for my. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm like 20 people away or something ridiculously crazy like that, which is insane to me because, yeah, I'll go on about how thankful I am and all that stuff when I'm wide awake because I want to talk about, how I started the channel and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it, I guess. Stay tuned. I'll have something to share hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, I have something cool planned for when I actually reach 1,000 subscribers. We'll do a live stream. We'll do some crazy fun stuff. Maybe I'll give away more buttons, and I'll have some questions in mind. I won't have to think of them off the top of my head. That's about it, guys. So thanks for following me. If you want to check out what I'm doing in between streams, my social media name is Mac84 TV. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter and all that fun stuff. And if you really want to support me, you could do so on Patreon. Go to mac84.net, and there's a link there. Yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. So have a good night and take care. See you later. Thanks for watching.